Hello! I hope everyone's well and ready for today's Train Sim World video, in which I am going to drive free roam on the Peak Rail route, or Peak Forest Route, from Buxton Sheds up to Gowhole Sidings. I will just set the date to, let's have it as midsummer. Be nice and pleasant. Leave dynamic weather on. Doesn't matter if it starts raining. What I'm going to do, start at Buxton Sheds, go into Buxton, swap ends, and go up to the northernmost point on this route, which is Gowhole Sidings. That means we pass Tunstead Quarry, Peak Forest, Chapel and Lefrith, Chinley, and then we get to Gowhole Sidings. While I'm doing that, I'm going to look for the collectibles, which on this route are coal piles, route maps, lunches, which are Bakewell tarts and cup of tea, and luggage cases. So, when it has decided, there we go, it's just taking its time. I'm going to load in the type of train I want to use, which will be a diesel from the UK. And it will be 4-car, empty, Class 142. That's 2 Class 142s together. We're going to have it in the shed. Go to the point where it's just peeking out because I want it. There we go. Let it spawn in. There's our unit. 142024. So we'll get on board. So we unlock the panel. Get the correct door button. Close and lock the guards panel. And then climb up. I know I'm supposed to shut the door here, but what I'm going to do is set up. I don't really need to worry about AWS on this route because it isn't actually installed, but I do it automatically. Right, we'll put this to special, which is about there. Sit down. Master key on. Window open. Fan on. Just check that it is saying special on the front. Yep, that's right in the middle as well. That was good positioning. Okay. I've just realised there's collectibles here. There's a route map which I've already placed. And then, I believe it's... Is it in the shed itself, or is it behind the shed? Well, it's not in this shed. I wonder if I can actually go... Oh, I could probably go inside the inspection pits if I walk around. Let's have a look. There it is. Coal heap. So, I will get the thumbnail image. Go to the other side where the door isn't open. There's the thumbnail image. And I'll go and get that coal pile. before we leave the shed. So I've got to climb back down. It's a good job I didn't close the door, really. And we'll run down to the coal pile, if it'll let me, without locking up. Not sure why it's stuttering. It doesn't normally stutter on this route. Might just be the amount of detail here. There we go. As you can see, I've done quite a few of the... It's a pity that door can't be opened. I could run through the shed then. I've done quite a few of the collectibles already. I was trying to record a video of doing all the collectibles on Sunday, and I had a slight error. That ladder's in the wrong place. Let's just see if you can go into the... Oh, you can. You can actually go down inside the inspection pits. That's cool. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Climb back up. Close the door, because I'm not coming out until we get into Buxton. Close that door. Set a path. Which... Ooh. It won't let me go into Buxton itself at the moment. I'll have to set to... just before this signal, I think. Let me move over there. To there. Right. We have a green signal to go forward, I think. Open that window as well. Put it in forward. Brake off. And inch our way forward. Just check what the signal's doing once we get going. We will have to go to the other end to go into Buxton, because there's a little bit of stuff to find in Buxton itself, which is why I'm not gonna... Okay, let's put the brakes on, because that points against me. Can I zoom in and manually change the point? Yes. Just making sure all the points are set right, because I've got junction derail turned on. That's better. Okay, I can sit back down. Release the brakes. Now I've got the points set correctly. Nice houses over there. And up there, overlooking the shed. Line over there is the LNWR line. I don't think I can actually go into the LNWR station. Otherwise I'd try to. I mean, is there a link? Well, there is a way of getting into there, but I don't think it's possible, because none of the collectibles are there. So I'll go into the Midland station. The first I'm just doing the... Is that signal going to be clear? Let's... Signal's red. Where's the contact signaler? I'm not seeing any signals, so we'll carry on. We've only got 600 yards to go before we swap ends, which will mean jumping out, but to do that I will just open the doors. Right, we're at the signal. I'm sure it's for going into station there. Okay then. We're heading to the head shunt. Signalman didn't set the points. I didn't even notice that. I haven't set the lights up yet because I'm going to be backing into the station. Yes, I'm going out onto the main line, but I'll be stopping before the signal that's over there. It's the first time I've ever noticed that it's a manual signal, a manual point for there. Right, wait until we're over the point. It's a three-way point. Go into map mode. That's that one. It's that one. That one's set. And they're automatic. Right. Let's try again. I didn't see that buffer stop, so I didn't realise it was a head shunt rather than the main running line. But we're now... Oh, it's a siding. We're now going out onto the main. We've got a green signal in 120 yards. There's cars going under the bridge over there. There's Buxton signal box. That's the L&WR line on the viaduct. We just go past the junction a little bit. There's a car just gone under the bridge. Signal, ground signal is green. Let's just coast a little bit because we're going down gradient. A little bit of braking because it's a tight bend. And we're going downhill, so I've got to use the brakes to be able to keep at the right speed. I don't want to be speeding too much. Admittedly, these action points don't go towards my in-game level, driver level, but I still want to drive as realistically as I can. And not be speeding. There's the junction signal box. Can we see the name yet? Not quite. Still speeding up. I'm going down a 1 in 80, so... There's a head shunt. Protects the main line. Buxton East. We just go to where the Black Hand is. We have to stop before the red signal, otherwise it'll end this session, which I don't want to do. I want to go as far north as I possibly can. Which I will be doing at some point. I'm just trying to get my train safely into Buxton Station. There's the red, which is where we're stopping, because that's the shunt limit. And stopped. Open those doors. Before I do anything, I've got to put that in neutral. That goes forward to step 3. That's everything I need to do in here. Now I jump down, run to the other end. I open the doors because it's just so much easier. Jump up, open this door and do the blind. Because I'm only using this for a short while, I'm not setting up AWS. That's all set up. Set path into platform 4. About there. Right. Brakes off. Why am I going the wrong way? Why was it going that way? Let's try that again. But we'll route hop to Buxton itself. And then just start from there, I think. Or station hop. Ooh. Yes, I will be getting that. That will be next Thursday. Which is when I get one of my payments. And I will then be doing videos. Probably one a week. That are on that route. That game. There we go, we're in Buxton. Before I do anything, I will look for the collectibles. fire buckets are not collectibles. Right. Can I go into the car park? Nope. So there's nothing in the car park. It's by a red door. Oh, there's... Oh, I've eaten that one. Must have done that with the Royal Train one. I've done that route map. So I've got to go out into the yard. The luggage I've stacked. So the last bit is in the goods shed. I've got my favourite website up which shows me where the various there it is. There we go, there's the Bakewell tarts. I've only got 2 more to find. Okay. We'll go back down to platform end. We'll go on to this platform. Spawn our 4-car Class 142 in. Empty because it's a special service. Go as far into the station as we can so it looks like it's done, like it's actually arrived properly. Why was the windscreen wiper working then? This time it's 142015. Oh, I haven't unlocked it. Open the doors. Close and lock the panel. Hop on. And this time... Why are you... I'm going to open all the blinds. So I'll go down to the other end. I will open the doors for passengers who won't get on because it's not a normal service. So to do that, I've got to go into the cab. It also means I should just go through and open the... Oh, why did that zoom in? Master key on. Open doors on both sides. I just do that because it gives me extra action points. As I said, they don't actually give me anything special. That's gone a bit too far. I'm not going to Liverpool. We're going special. Headlights. Instrument lights on. Destination light on. We've got tunnels, so cab lights on. That's the throttle. Don't need that at the moment. We're going down to the other end. One thing I do want on, just adds more light when we go into the tunnels. You can get on if you want, instead of just standing there. I know it looks weird, because it's something that's not been on this line before. I think that should have done it. Yep, that'll do. We'll turn the destination light on in there as well, which is that one. That's on tail. Because I'm not using this cab, all of that lot can be turned off. Go up to the other end of this unit. Open this door. Blind. Just so that it can look straight through. Oh, that one's already open. Oh yeah, I did it. I forgot. My mind's not what it once was, shall we say. Okay. Right. We are going out, down here, through one tunnel, two tunnel, three tunnel, four tunnel, ooh, there's a junction there. 5 tunnels, that's a long tunnel. Very long tunnel. 6, and there's a line crossing either side. That would be Chapel and Griffith, maybe? Yes. And then there's a triangular junction for turning. We're not going that way, we are going up. There's Chinley. Which we are going beyond. What's that? Buxworth. Might stop there and see if there's anything worth looking at. But here's the ultimate destination. We are going to go there. Nope, won't let me go there. Go to there. Okay. Gowhole down fast. Close the door. Open that window. And we will release the brakes. Put it in forward. Just gently leave. Currently we're just using gravity. And I want to do something. Because that's actually quite cool. Something from the 80s at Buxton Station in the 50s. Oh, you were a bit close to me then, mate. This is a brilliant looking station. even the LNWR one, however close I can get with the camera, there, that doesn't look as nice as the Midland, to be honest. Midland one's got more platforms, and it's a quite nice building. The LNWR is just basically a mirror of it, while the Midland side, you got the main train shed and an extra lean-to bit. Considering my Royal Train came down and stopped against this buffer a couple of weeks back, I must admit this is a brilliant route. Can I go out through under there? No. The detail is stunning for a route that came out for Train Sim World 3. So, 3 versions of the game ago. And the detail that's up close is a lot more than you'd expect. Anyway, we're heading to Gowhole via Tunstead Quarry, Peak Forest, Chapel en la Frith, Chinley, and then Gowhole. When we get to one of the route maps, I'll show you what's meant to be, or would be, further beyond the various bits of the line, both to the north and south of the route. Little road bridge under the LNWR line. That would not be a buffer stop you want to miss, because you'd end up in the road. Let's go into this view. Why have they got their fire lit in the middle of summer? On Midsummer's Day, for that matter. That's what I haven't switched on. There we go. Can't have my driver overheating over the road. Let's have a look at that. It's just a standard girder bridge, but it does look quite... That's nice. The LNWR line in the background. We go off that way. LNWR line goes off that way. How much of the LNWR line is modelled? Wonder if I could look at that at another time. Go into the LNWR station from the goods yard, from the sheds. There's road and river. Yes, road and river. Go back into the cab. Here's the first of the tunnels. You can speed increases to 50 miles an hour. And now you can see why I've got the cab lights on. With 5 tunnels to go through, it's best to have cab lights on, otherwise the video will be pitch black, which is probably not a good idea. We will be stopping at Peak Forest. Have a look around it. As well as Chapel in the 5th, Chinley, and then Gowhole. It's just going to take a bit of time to get there. It's not that far. It's less than 8 miles from here. But I'm doing this like it's a special test service. Here's the here's the junction, so we need the brake. Oh no, it's not the junction yet. That's the quarry with the narrow gauge. But I'm still slowing down, because I was speeding up too much. There's the mill. Why'd the brake do that? It applied the brakes fully. I didn't put it on emergency. It's a good job this is a test run, not a service train. It's possible to do a scenario where you drive this from Chinley to Buxton and then down to Ambergate at the southern end of the route, because you can actually set 2 paths for the same train. I might try doing that. Coming up to the next tunnel. Which is a nice looking tunnel. I'm not going to lie. I want to have a look at this viaduct. I think this is the stone one. Oh, it's over a road. And the river. And then we've got tunnel. The actual tunnel mouth is engineer's blue brick. What about at the other end? Let's take a look, shall we? See what the other end of the tunnel looks like. Also engineer's blue brick. And it's an amazing bit of detail for that rock. I wonder if no, I can't go round. We'll carry on. See how long it takes to get to the various parts of the route. that we're going on. I mean, my mind's slightly distracted there because I was having to do a bit of insulin. Another bridge. Stroke viaduct. We're not going over the pretty one at Millersdale, because that's on the section beyond the junction that we're going through. We're turning left at the junction rather than going on to Millersdale and then south. I'm just going to coast now. Is it me, or has the distance gone slightly up? And it's suddenly dropped again. It's going between 8.7 and 7.7 suddenly. That's weird. It's really weird. Going up because we're going, it's line of sight, isn't it? Yeah, that's not the best. Slowing down a little bit because we're speeding up too much. Here's the junction. Meant to be 10 miles an hour and I didn't realise. And that's a nice bit of industrial stuff. Nice location. Should still be, I'm still speeding, but I'm not too worried. We'll be out onto the main line north. That's Peak Forrest Junction. We'll be heading north properly. We are heading north now, but we'll be going past the quarry, and then Peak Forest, where we're going to stop. How far is Peak Forest? There's the quarry. Okay, it's after the quarry. There's the river. Or is it? Let me have a look. No, it's just a little lake. Or pond. Interesting. Really interesting, that. This looks like a bit of barren land. Almost as though the railway was just through a war-torn bit of land, maybe? Feels as though it's... well, you can see that this is a relatively steep or deep cutting. It's got nice shallow embankment, but it's quite steep. Here's the quarry. Okay. Got a yellow signal. Let's get some speed up. We can go up to 80 miles an hour along here. It's not as if we need to stop in this quarry, because this is part of where I was trying to do that video before it crashed. It crashed at Chapel en la Frith, which is the station after Peak Forest. And, well, I didn't get to Chinley or Gowhole. So those are the two places where there's coal bags there that I did. But those are the only two places with collectibles left. Chinley and Gowhole. So we'll go there, get the collectibles, and that'll be this video. It's just a quick ride along the northern section, Buxton to Gowhole, because I haven't done it as a video. The Royal Train did Ambergate to Buxton, so why not do Buxton to Chinley and Gowhole? It's just a bit different. Goes to 50 miles an hour in 1.7 miles, which is roughly where Peak Forest is. I'm probably not going to stop in Peak Forest or Chapel en la Frith. I'll go into photo mode to show what the station looks like. Turntable. I didn't notice that on previous attempt, when my laptop decided it was going to play up. Green signals. We're about to have the line on the left join up, I believe. Nearly at Peak Forest. Which is just here. So we'll have a look around the station, because we did that with the stations around on the other section. There's the route map that I've already placed. So we'll look at the route map. To the south, you've got line to Derby, Pye Bridge and Chesterfield. Then you've got at Ambergate Station, or Junction, Watts Standwell, Cromford, Matlock Bath, Matlock, Darley-Dale, Rowsley, Bakewell, Millersdale, the junction we've just gone over. To the left it goes to Buxton. To the north we get Peak Forest, which is here. Chapel en la Frith, with a junction to Sheffield. Chinley, and continuing up, it goes to Manchester. Had the entire line remained open rather than being closed, I was looking at the station, wasn't I? Had the entire line remained open rather than being closed, the it would have been a good diversionary route for if either East Coast Main Line or West Coast Main Line were ever shut. However, it got closed, or parts of it got closed. So that can't happen. This is a fun... My lips were sticking together then. This is a fun little area. That's a goods warehouse. You can tell by the slidey doors. And then you've got the big goods shed. Big black wooden goods shed by the look of it. Yep, it's got a platform in the middle. With a ramp up. Ooh, what's that? Some form of tank, which looks as though it can actually be moved. Oh, too close. Interesting. Can see out the grimy windows at the track that's on the side. That's cool. Where's these tracks? They just go to dead end. There's another line there. Where's that go? Oh, just goes to dead end. But there's a quarry. So the houses that are there and there. Oh, there's another quarry. They must be workers' cottages for the big quarries around here. Another one of those interesting signal boxes where the base is narrow and the top is standard width. This one being Peak Forrest North. Let's get a image of that. Once again, as with previous time, the points have got interlocking. Oh, it's a single slip type of junction where you've got crossover, but you could also switch. Same here, look. It's easier to see there. You can go straight over on both lines, or if you're going this way, you can turn to the right, and from the other direction, you can turn slightly to the left to go across. Don't see them as often these days, whereas you did back in the 50s, 60s. They are great space savers, as are the three-way points. I like the way the sky's reflected on the rails. We'll carry on, go up to Chapel en la Frith for our next photo mode over the single slip. As we go around what looks like a relatively tight bend. Going downhill. Here's the third tunnel. Green signal. Is this the really long one? Looks like it. We've got 5.5 miles before we get to Gowhole or Gowhole. So, ooh, I'm speeding. I didn't know there was a speed limit change in there. Let's bring the speed down to about 40. Because that will mean I can get the speed gravity assist. It'll go up with gravity, but not as much as it was. Okay, it's speeding up a bit quicker than I thought. Still below 50, but I'm getting close to 50. This is a really long tunnel. Can't even see the end yet. Which is somewhat annoying. There's green signal visible. And that looks like the end of the tunnel. Because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The inside might be as black as the night. But at the end of the tunnel, there's a light. If you know what that's from, put it in the comments. Show me how cultured you are. And yes, I have the full soundtrack to that musical. I'd love to know if other people know what that's from. I won't sing it because I'll get a copyright mark or copyright check, whatever they want to call it, even though my singing is atrocious. And I really don't want to get copyright strike, copyright check, copyright whatever, because that would be really annoying. We're approaching Chapel Emlefrith. Because that... just thought... that second tunnel is where the other line crossed, I believe. Let's zoom back this way. As fast as it'll let me go. Which isn't very fast at all. Oh, try and follow the track rather than leaving it. My insulin pump is really annoying me today. Oh, I've gone too low now because I was paying no attention. Can I see that other line? I think I can see bridge. But there's also a road there. Problem is, I can't get high enough. And far enough over to see. What if I go up like this? There it is. There's the other line. Goes up in over there. There's a station. And then don't know where it goes from there. Why did you suddenly drop? So there's the other line. We are going over. Well, we're going all the way up there, but next station is Trampoline Frith, which is where my laptop decided to have a paddy on Sunday. As I said, I'll go into photo mode rather than stopping, because I've done the collectibles at Trampoline Frith. I can point out where they are, because I can still remember, but as I've already done the collectibles, there's no point stopping. Whereas Chinley, there is. So, collectibles. We have... Is it this one that had it in? The one that I struggled to find the longest, and then my laptop decided to start throwing the fit, was the coal stack that's not actually within the railway bounds. It's on the lane with a lamppost. For some reason, the coal's white on this route. Same with the Spirit of Steam. The coal's white. It's just odd. Next bit was luggage. That one there. And also lunch. Cup of tea and some Bakewell tarts. Can't remember if there is also a route map. I don't think there was. To be down this end if there was. No. No route map. Okay. I like the overhead canopy. It adds something extra. Oh yes, there is a route map. It is there. I had to look at the bridge to remember, but there's the route map. We'll head back out to the bridge. Stand on the end of this platform. About there, maybe. And then here. And now carry on to Chinley. This is now uncharted territory for me. I definitely have not been this far north. So I'm going to have to first of all see how far... Okay, it's round the bend. There's the junction. Let's have a look at the junction. Chinley South Junction North. Ooh! That is an interesting viaduct. Curved on the one, straight on the other. And then you've got an interesting looking church. If I remember right from the map, yes, it's a triangular junction as well. That's quite interesting, to put it mildly. How far round is it before we get to Chinley? I think it's just after that bridge. Because we're at Chinley North Junction here. Let's just have a look. It's a good way of finding out so I know when to start applying brakes. Because I do want to stop at Chinley. Try and get the Bakewell tart, the map, and the luggage. If I haven't already done it, because the first scenario I did on this was the Chinley Gala scenario. And that started at Chinley. I just can't remember whether I did the collectibles or not. Okay, it's quite a way, so I'll start applying a bit of braking as we go over this long viaduct. Then we've got a couple of a girdle. Yeah, girdle bridge. It's not. Just trying to think what they were then. Steel girders. We stay on this line. I'm bringing the speed down. Because I don't know where the station actually is. And I don't want to fly past it. We should be going into the left, or going through the left-handmost platform. Is that door? Yeah, that door's still shut. Where is Chinley Station? So, interesting building. It's got a higher central bit. Okay. Trying to work out where Chinley is. Still going downhill. There's the road that went past the church. Just round here. Because there's the signal. Trying to slow down again. There's the station. Sorry for zooming in there, it helps me see. And there's the turntable. Good yard. Okay, we're going straight on. Into the middle platform. we're going onto the left-hand platform, but on the middle roads. I will stop, look to see if I've done the collectibles. So I've unlocked the doors. First time I've stopped on this journey, or properly stopped. Is that luggage? Nope. So, the collectibles are actually on. There's one there. That's the last of the luggage. The others are on the other side of the station, over here. So, we've got route map already placed. And where's that? Let's have a look up here. Not there. I thought that luggage was one I needed to place, but it's not. Must be. Oh no, it's on. Okay. My bad. Mea culpa. It's down here. Or not, it's back on the other side. Trying to find the location of the lunch. Can't find it at the moment. Is it up here? Nope. It's in there. Eaten. One more to eat of them. I'm getting annoyed with my insulin pump beeping at me. For some reason my blood sugar's going up without me having eaten anything recently, so put it where it's further away so it shouldn't be heard too much. There we go. Now we've got to go back to our train. Being naughty, but I'm in a rush. Back to our train. Close the doors. and head off to Gowhole Sidings for 2 piles of coal and 1 lunch, which ends up being the last bits on of the collectibles. I forgot to... There's the awesome sign. We've got old sleepers, proper coloured coal in coal bins, nice rusty buffer, newer sleepers ready to be replacing old ones. There's the goods crane with my Class 142 in the background. Goods shed is strangely empty. Goods office. Wow. Okay. So there's a door to nothing. Interesting little thing up there. Does that correlate to something up on the roof? No. Okay. I like the signals. They're impressive. Really impressive. Even the ones like that. What's in this goods shed? Which doesn't have any rails because it's abandoned. There's a non-collectible coal pile. This one's also empty. But this one is no longer connected to the line. Bit of scrap. There's the cattle dock, which, if it was in use, would have straw on the ground to soak up any mess made by the cattle. Turntable. What type of car is that? Morris Minor. There's a lot of them in this. But they were a popular car in the 50s and 60s. That's the... what would be replaced by the metal relay cabinet sign... relay cabinets. Chinley Station, South Junction. Typical Midland or maybe Mackenzie Holland signal box. I think it's Midland. But there's different designs of signal. Got the snazzy ones over there. You've got an LMS one there. That's LMS. And then another LMS. Interesting. Whereas these are definitely a different design. Wonder if they're the originals. What about at this end? What type of signals have we got this end? That's standard LMS. That one is bracketed LMS and it's set to green because that's the one I'm following. And so are they. But they're not green. They're similar style. Milk churns. Dairy produce was carried extensively on trains. So that's what the milk churns are used for. Chinley Station, North Junction. You can see the grain on all the wood. Which is fantastic. To quote the 9th Doctor in Doctor Who, that is square post. Signal. And that one is also square post. More signalling cabinets. Let's carry on. We've only got a short distance to go. 1.6 miles. And then find the 3 collectibles. Hope you've enjoyed this semi-time warp video of a Class 142 Pacer unit in Skipper livery going from Buxton to Gowhole Sidings. On Friday I am currently planning on doing the Southeastern High Speed route, driving a Class 395 Javelin along the entire high speed section. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And then it'll be the school Easter holidays, during which time I plan on recording several videos in advance. I believe this is a closed station. Looks like it. This is the one that that's an interesting old waiting shelter. More of the ornamental signals. But yeah, I'm planning on doing at least 2 months worth of videos in advance over the Easter holidays. Just gives myself a chance to have a break if I need it. That's fun. I've already recorded and edited the next model railway kit building video, which is the Metcalfe Models Grimy Old Mill. I've not actually finished that, the kit, because there's some things I'm going to do with it, and that requires me having the bits to do it. But that video is ready, and it will be a Easter video because it's going live on the 3rd of April, Good Friday. Hopefully people will tune in to that. Took a lot of editing, and as with this month's video, it is basically, apart from a bit where I had to cut due to low blood sugar, it is recorded as is. Straight record from both cameras, mistakes and all, or warts and all, whatever you want to call it. I realised I was speeding, so I put the emergency brakes on and didn't realise I was further away than I thought. Didn't help that I'd got the throttle wide open. Anyway, that video, as I said, will be the 3rd of April, Good Friday. It's significantly more effort doing those videos than it is doing the train sim videos. The amount of editing, that's a 2.5 hour video. The editing to do that took almost twice that. So I would appreciate it if people actually watched. But as I said, that goes live on the 3rd of April. This... oh, let's deactivate everything. Turn that off. Turn that to red. That's everything I need to turn off apart from that. Oh, and the fan. Okay. Now I jump out and I find out where I've got to go to find these collectibles. I think I can see the first one. In fact, I can see the first one, which is the coal pile, or the first coal pile, right next to the turntable. Just here. One more of them to find, which is down that end, as is the luncheon, or lunch as they call it. The Bakewell tarts and cup of tea down by the signal box. So we'll just run across the yard. There's nothing due. No trains, because it's free roam. I need to go up on here, I believe. There's the signal box. So if I go... Oh, I can't get up there. That's a bit annoying. I've got an itchy head. There we go. Scratch the itch. Can I actually get up there? Yes. It's down by the sidings that go back, so roughly there. On the map it's showing as around there. Unfortunately, there isn't actually oh, there is. I'm being lazy. It would just fast travel me there. Like that. There's the coal pile. Can you actually see my train? Just. If you're watching on a mobile device, you can't, but I could then. And under the signal box, all lunch is eaten, all coal piles, all route maps, everything is hunky-dory, as the saying goes. So I'll zoom in on the buffer stops and say thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and please like, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube things, and join me on Friday for what is currently planned to be a full-length, high-speed, southeastern high-speed route run with the Javelin. So, now, enjoy the screenshots I've taken, and until Friday, be seeing you.
Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors at Christmas.
Warbler Productions.